Question: is it necessary to change the place where one prays, for example, after performing a sunnah, voluntary prayer, or a fard, obligatory prayer? Answer: Ramin Mutallim. It is asked whether one needs to change the place of prayer, for instance, after completing a sunnah prayer or a fard prayer, and whether there is any evidence for this. There are some indications regarding this matter, especially concerning the fard, obligatory prayers, and the sunnah prayers performed after them. In a hadith narrated from Muawiyah, it is reported that the Prophet ﷺ instructed us not to join one prayer directly with another in the same place. Many scholars have explained that after completing a fard prayer, one should not immediately begin another prayer until he either speaks or moves from that place. What is meant here is that, for example, after finishing the dhuhr prayer and giving salam, a person should not stand up and start the 2 rakah sunnah prayer right away in the exact same spot. Doing so may create the impression that he is continuing the same prayer. This is precisely what the hadith prohibits. For this reason, the Prophet ﷺ said, until one speaks. The scholars clarify that what is intended here is a dhikr. When a person engages in dhikr after the prayer, it counts as speaking. Either he recites dhikr or he slightly changes his position. Therefore, based on this hadith, performing the sunnah prayer in a different spot is considered mustahab, recommended. Likewise, in other hadiths recorded by Abu Dawood and Ibn Majah, the Prophet ﷺ said, "Can you not perform your prayer somewhat further away by moving forward, backward, to the right or to the left?" This is additional evidence on this matter. According to the scholar's explanation, the best practice for a man is to perform the fard prayer in the mosque and the sunnah prayer at home. As for women, it is enough for them either perform dhikr after the prayer or to slightly change their place before praying the sunnah. Scholars have reached conclusions based on these narrations. Some scholars have also pointed to the underlying wisdom behind this practice. To be honest, I was unable to find direct textual proof for that particular reasoning, but it is still worth mentioning their explanations. The first wisdom behind this practice is that the fard prayer and the sunnah prayer should be distinguished from one another and not appear as a single continuous act. This is the primary wisdom mentioned. The second wisdom, according to the explanation of many scholars, is that different parts of the earth may bear witness to our prostrations, sujood. When a person does not prostrate in only one place, but performs sujood in various spots, then each place will testify on the Day of Judgment that this servant came here and prostrated to Allah. This belief is supported by what is known from Surah Az-Zalzalah, where Allah Almighty states that on the Yawm al-Qiyamah, Day of Resurrection, the earth will recount what people did upon it, where they prostrated to Allah and what righteous deeds they performed. These are among the wisdoms some scholars have mentioned, and Allah knows best.